We're up to the 2012 release of Call of Duty, which puts the development ball with Treyarch. First of all, am I even saying that right? Treyarch? It's actually spelled Treyarch, and the logo kind of represents that. And where did this hatred come from? Oh yeah, World at War, the 2008 release. You know, I was actually developing a relationship with the blog in Europe at the time, and we're talking about featuring my upcoming World at War video. I was very excited. But they never featured it. I was too big of a wuss to ask why. If I had to hypothesize, it's because my unfiltered bile kind of clashed with their glowing review. That may have been the first of many opportunities that I screwed up, solidifying my obscurity. Shoutouts to N Europe and Cookie Man. Oh, Duke 86 fan? I'm finally doing it!
Treyarch's line of continuity begins in World at War with the introduction of Viktor Reznov. All this time, and my Russian accent hasn't improved, and continued into Black Ops with Reznov's entanglements with Hudson and Mason and the CIA around the Vietnam War. Just as an aside, Black Ops kicked ass, even on the Wii. Chalk one up for Treyarch. Or Treyarch. The lead-in mission of Black Ops 2 brings back Hudson and Mason for one last hurrah with the Black Operatives. Well, I hate this cutscene. Why does everybody look plastic? First mission is to rescue their Vietnam buddy, Frank Woods, and get a glimpse at the future bad guy, Raul Menendez. Hey, didn't I... I guess not. The game got really confusing real fast because the 1980s missions with the Mujahideen and Manuel Noriega played out as Frank Woods flashbacks are intercut with the 2025 missions with Alex's son, David, and Mike Harper, which you may recognize from Walking Dead if you're dull enough to enjoy that crap. I recognize him from Mississippi Burning. The game came out before Guardians of the Galaxy. The future missions are the hunt for Menendez turned cyber-terrorist leader of the group Cortes Dia, and a few side missions to bolster US defenses. And Reznov shows up. Or does he? Psst. No, he's been dead for years. I have said that Storm and I tend to play things on the lowest rung of technology, but this got a release on the Wii U. Yes, it is more powerful than the PlayStation 3 and 360. Forget what you've heard. So really, Nintendo had the best looking console release of a Call of Duty. Feels odd. I can't hate on Treyarch anymore. At least they're putting games on Nintendo consoles, not to mention pulling double duty porting Infinity Ward's releases too.
You want to port Modern Warfare to the Wii? Huh, go with God. Hey you, you're fired!
I don't get it.
Now, this being the Wii U, you'll want to play with the gamepad by default just because it's there. But I want to experience this full HD Nintendo game on a TV. What are the other options? Also playable with the Pro controller, so it could be like those other Elite consoles. The Wii U is quickly passing from memory, and fading quicker is the fact that it had a Pro controller. Soak this into your eyeballs. I know, Xbox 360 much? But it drew a difference with the awkward placement of both sticks on top. You put your right stick in, you put your right stick out, you put your left stick in, and you shake it all about. You sue each other's asses off but claim originality, that's what it's all about. Whew, been sitting on that one for a while. The best part of the Pro Controller? It comes with a 6-foot USB recharge cable. This will be so useful for my other devices. But the real control scheme, being backwards compatible with Wii accessories, the Wii Remote, and Nunchuck. Playing an HD game with the Wii Remote. Am I committing adultery? Action in Nintendo HD and precision Wii Remote shooting. The only question that remains is, did it pass the test? Well, no, not exactly at first. After the death of thousands and saving civilization, and wrapping up this version of World War III, I got a lukewarm, unsatisfying ending. Ready to punch out the disc and never look at it again, I was still somewhat troubled by the results screen. Yeah, I know I didn't get Karma, the female hacker. It is time for Storm's sexist comment du jour. A few years ago, a coworker and I were joking around and I said, women can't be software engineers. They cry when their code doesn't compile. We laughed about it for a moment, then had to admit to each other, for real, I cry when my code doesn't compile. I know I didn't get Karma, but why did they make me even chase her? Oh, there's a dynamic Karma system. What a coincidence with the names. This isn't like Modern Warfare 3. There are real binary choices. That playthrough was sort of a mishmash of good and bad decisions. Okay, start the game over. I'm running this one into the ground. let's get the worst ending possible. When I reached that, I could see that it was similar because ultimate end choices are brought together with short pre-renders independent of one another. And as much as I bitch about karma systems forcing you into one of two slots, I have to give credit to a game that breaks free of that formula. Games like Heavy Rain and Undertale did this too, but Then on to the heroic ending. I saved the girl hacker, completed all the defense missions, but one thing I couldn't figure out was avoiding the execution of Alex Mason. I shot him in the leg, then Noriega told me, no, shoot him in the head. Gee, I guess there's no way beyond this. Then a Call of Duty fanatic beamed the instructions into my head by telling me in person, shoot him in the leg multiple times. Oh, it's one of those tutorial choices. I played through many times, trying to hone in the good and bad choices. Because, really, what is good and bad? Ugh, getting all philosophical here. Then I realized what was happening. Given all of these endings, I'm still trying to get to one of those two slots. All good or all bad. I suck. No more complaining about karma systems. Anyway, I totaled about 5 complete playthroughs. I'm still enjoying this shooter. Some of the levels like the Dubai-esque resort and downtown Los Angeles were really fun and refreshing considering how other Call of Duty games progressed. It wasn't the usual static, linear gameplay, even though there really is nothing wrong with that. This is probably my favorite Call of Duty, even above 4. Let's not get crazy with that statement though. I'm not calling it better than Doom or Doom Eternal. Yeah, in case you missed that point before, Storm liked Doom Eternal. Along with all those playthroughs, I picked up a few, let's call them observations. I have about half a page of these, so begging your pardon. One of the level's music sounded strikingly similar to Navra's, but I didn't see Juno Reactor listed anywhere. For those of you not fluent in Matrix references, Navras is the credit music for Matrix Revolutions. Navras, is that the right way to say it? It's Sanskrit, and Don Davis said, well, who the hell cares? And before we even start this line of questioning, I only have one set of Matrix soundtracks. Just because I haven't bothered to buy the vinyls. Black Ops 2 continues the story in Black Ops, and the origins of Raul Menendez was triggered by covert operations. We even get the tried and true sequel line, just like old times. Really? But once we've escalated to World War III alternate timeline 274, not much black left in the ops. It is clearly stated that Cortes Dia has 2 billion followers.
Try 2 billion.
What? An army of 2 billion? That'd be kind of hard to keep a secret, no matter the population figures for 2025. And I'm still not clear on how he recruited, organized, and trained that army. Through YouTube? I don't get that.
Any civilization with a fiat currency is destined to hyperinflation. Like, comment, and subscribe!
Wars are expensive, so Raul invested in weapons tech to fund the feeding an army of that militia? For decades-old revenge? At what point would you just say, screw it, I'm buying an island. My sister ain't getting any deader. No reason I can't enjoy a little sun and relaxation. Couple of issues surrounding that Panama mission. Did Raul bring Kid David to Panama? How did he get there? Is he on drugs? Why would it be so hard to remember Raul Hernandez? Why wouldn't Frank Woods just tell him? Why wait 36 years? Oh, and Frank Woods took care of David afterward. How did that work? Yeah, son, looks like you're with me now, but both my kneecaps have been blown off, so looks like you're living in the VA hall. How did they even get back to the United States? And what if you didn't kill Alex? Why doesn't he just get up right now? How does he get back to the United States? Why is he separate from them? Where does he go? Why isn't he allowed to raise his son? This is the part of the video where I spend a single paragraph denouncing alternate modes and online play. Zombies! Moving on. Multiplayer, oh, I'd love to dive in, but I don't feel much like corrupting my save data again. I have no evidence that will happen. However, elsewhere in the game... Alright, get stuck in the track. Wander up this way. Oh, almost have it. Ah! Broken! What was that line that Storm used? Oh, right. You don't mess with the QA department. Yeah, now that's a tagline. Oh man, I'm gonna open up a Zazzle store and we're gonna make a mint. Everybody's gonna want these stickers. You can put them anywhere.